It is funny because I'm sarcastic in it sometimes. There's the second chapter starts with these like mock student evaluations, which was a technique that gave me a chance to write a lot about the shenanigans in classrooms that probably didn't fit a narrative. And they all happen in just like guns in classrooms, like just the bullshizery sometimes that would go on. And then it goes into this meditation on why I never had children and like why that is and what those choices are for me. So it suddenly then becomes poignant. And I think that throughout the memoir, it's this braid of the geopolitical and the personal that also goes from funny to heartbreaking. I talk about my father's passing in the book. My friend passed. Another friend's son killed himself when they had come back from the States, and it was just a really challenging time. And then the geopolitical context, like there was like a 19-hour war. So Masoud Barzani was supposed to only have a certain number of terms, and he pushed to have one more term when ISIS was still attacking and hadn't been, quote unquote eradicated, even though it's never really been eradicated. He was pushing to have a referendum to have an independent Kurdistan. And he thought the international community would support him, even though the international community had always been committed to a one Iraq policy because they don't want to see the country carved in thirds. And so it came down to Kirkuk, and if Kirkuk was in the Kurdish region, because that's where the oil is, and there was like a 19-hour war. All of a sudden I'm in the classroom and my students' phones start buzzing. And students getting text messages that their fathers have been killed because they're like part-time Peshmergas. Like there's no amount of teacher training prepares you for that moment. It just doesn't. And how do you do it? Like how do you comfort, maintain control so it doesn't disintegrate into chaos, still show empathy? It was a fascinating time. I learned a ton. I'm deeply indebted to the students that I taught because they gave me a lot.